Alright, we're here in Defense Grid The Awakening doing the out of fuel level practice mode for the gold medal. Now this one's really not that hard to get a gold medal on. What you can do is use the same build as you did in story. Just upgrade all the towers right away. I'll explain it a little bit more in the mission. In this case we're going to push the score as high as possible. Let's restart here. Now, because I've kind of done the same strategy so many different times before, which involves machine gun, temporal, machine gun, and inferno here, all max level. I've done that several times already, so I'm just going to go ahead and try something different. Now, I'm trying to talk over this guy because it doesn't really matter so much. Already showed that stuff in the story mode, but either way, just so that I can kind of show a different tactic than in story mode, and then because all the modes so far have been very similar in terms of build, with the one difference being whether or not there's another machine gun right here. In this case we're going to do something slightly different, and that is we're going to have a laser here, machine gun here, and inferno here, and then of course our temporal. And we're just going to go ahead and start upgrading them to level 3. Now the thing is, when it comes to credit wise, this actually costs the same as doing machine gun, as opposed to this laser here and not building this machine gun. It's because the laser level 3 is essentially the cost of exactly the cost of 2 level 3 machine guns. I'm actually, to some extent, using the machine gun here and machine gun here might actually work slightly better in the sense that it just kills them quicker. But this strategy is going to work all the same and keep any units from leaving the map here with a core. And we're just going to keep this on fast forward and just build everything right away. Regardless of what you're doing, just build everything right away since there's no interest, gain resources from kills. But yeah, so pretty much just let this run in Oda mode.
There's something new coming.
The one thing that works differently, the one significant part that works differently is that the laser, of course, has a harder time with shields. So the shielded aliens tend to get a little bit further.
Those things are bloody fast.
But overall, it's still going to kill them all. This is definitely the best pocket to build on. And it's kind of what makes meteors so not worth it in this mission, is just because you usually don't have a pocket quite like this for your shorter range turrets to catch so much time on the alien's path, which is increased significantly by the fact that we have a temporal. So if we're not for that, meteors would be great, because they definitely are good towers, just we haven't used them so far yet, because of the fact that while the meteors would work really well here, you're still getting better coverage in terms of damage per second, and overall value when using shorter range turrets in this block here. And as of yet, none of the modes we've done have really needed anything more than, these 6 spaces filled up.
Shields heading our way.
Now, I will say one other thing is that even though this strategy works overall, I wouldn't use it in the story mode because of the fact that, it's still very possible to do it. Just the only thing is because we have the advantage of being able to get all of the upgrades right away, whereas in story mode, or it works good in this one because we get all the upgrades right away. In story mode, in the other modes where you're accruing interest and actually getting money from killing things, it's a little bit trickier because when you have less towers, you got to be much more careful about when you upgrade them. Not just because of interest matters, but because of the fact that if there's currently a wave on the field, you're going to lose some potential damage while the tower is upgrading. Of course, it's not going to be shooting at anything. So it might be a lot harder to do it with fewer towers in story mode for that reason. But here, it doesn't really make a difference. As you can see, we're pretty much killing them at the same rate as before, or at least the majority of the units.
Heads up, they're taking a call.
You can see some of these shield guys make a little ways past us here.
Poor devil has seen
I think
the
this
light.
boss died a little bit later than it usually does.
A core regained. We'll
Oh yeah,
take it.
that's it.
That was so thorough a beating, I could almost
66,
pity them.
987, it's
Almost.
very high compared to what we needed for the gold medal. I haven't been able to figure out another method to push that any further. Excuse me. But if somebody does, I'd like to hear it for sure. But this, or the two strategies I mentioned, the one I showed, and of course the one used in story mode, just upgraded right away. They come out to exactly the same, and definitely seems to be the most efficient strategy on this map. But anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching this video.